Morning all and welcome back once again to I Like Watches. Now I think there might be a couple of AliExpress sales fast approaching. It's as clear as mud as far as I can tell. There may be a sale starting on the 31st of May, and there may also be a sale starting on the 16th of June. Regardless, there is almost certainly a sale fast approaching. There always is, isn't there? And with that in mind, I thought I'd get together with Simon from Watch the Time to discuss which watches we would recommend. We've picked a few categories, is the word I'm looking for, and we've picked our favourite watches. And in this video, you're going to see me and Simon sort of go head to head. I'll put links in the video description to all the watches that we have picked in this video. And don't forget, he's got a review of the SN0129 coming up on his channel. It's called Watch the Time. I'll put a link to his channel in my video description as well. Enjoy. Best dress watch is the first category, and I went for the escapement time housing the VH31 quartz movement, ticks 4 times every second. Incredible value. Escapement time don't participate in the sales usually, I know, but I just can't look past that watch. I think that's a sensational dress watch. What did you pick?
For me, it was the Callison. They was referring it to as a Callison diamond for quite some time because it has a small little diamond at the 12.
Oh yes, 9039.
9015. It's probably
9015,
for me.
yeah.
I like if anyone can show me a different watch, but I think it's the most inexpensive watch I've seen with the 9000 series Miyota movement inside. And it looks. I've had one before. My mate took it off me because he loved it so much, but I think I would have to grab another one. You can pick them up for like £70, which is just unbelievable.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? You think that's the price of the actual movement. I forgot about that one, to be fair. Good pick.
Yeah.
Best chronograph can only be the 1963 for me. If you didn't pick that, there's
I may have had a bit of a howler, but the thing is, I had a 1963 in quite some time ago, and I liked it, obviously. But I've recently had a Proxima in. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit of a Proxima fanboy.
Yeah, there's a few Proximas on your list.
I've got a few, yeah. So I've got the PX1715. It's also running a Seagull movement. It's a homage, obviously, of a sort of vintage chronograph. I don't want to say too much. It was pulsometer. I think you featured it as well. I liked it. It's something a little bit different. And yeah, it gets a lot of wrist time. I currently have it in my collection, so I can't say more than that.
No, it's fair enough. Yeah. Best military watch. I couldn't look past Boltony, to be honest. And there's about 10 Boltony watches I think I could have picked, and I don't think anybody would have argued. But I ended up going for a bit of a quirky one. The S2001. It's that one with the sort of pebble-like case. Very retro, very 70s, really vintage looking. I mean, I do like sort of case shapes like that anyway. Yeah, not proven to be a very popular one, not sold many, but I just think it's a really cool looking watch.
So for mine, because we did a few different categories, for the best, I went for a Bernie. It's their titanium watch that they put out. They put out, initially they put one out without the titanium bracelet. They've since remedied that. They've released one with a titanium bracelet. I think for the money and the specs you're getting with those Bernies, if they could start to admit having Bernie written on the dial, I think
they went through a phase of just putting the logo on the dial.
They did, yeah. I don't know what happens in the factory.
And then they've gone back to Bernie.
Yeah, I think they need to. If they could get a bit more consistent with just the logo, I think they're onto a winner with some of their watches. And I think this one, for the style of watch it is for titanium, also has a VH31 inside. I think it's a cracking piece.
Yeah, no, they do make well-spec'd watches. The value for money with their watches is incredible. Best pilot, what did you go for?
I went for, let me double check. I said the wrong one. I went for the Addy's Dive MYH2. I think this one's a bit of a legend on AliExpress.
Okay.
This one you can normally pick up for about £30. You can normally get it with Addy's Dive, or most people get it without Addy's Dive. Right. But yeah, it looks very, very cool. Seiko movement, sapphire crystal, all stainless steel construction. Yeah, great pilot's watch. I don't think there's better out there for the money, to be honest.
Well, I'm going to challenge. Well, no, maybe not for the money. I was going to say I'm going to challenge you in terms of better. I went for the Aquatico. Aquatico have launched a couple of pilot watches recently, bronze and steel, and their watches on the whole, I said this in my review, so I'm repeating myself, but their watches on the whole tend to be a bit bigger than average, but it works for the pilot watch because pilot watches are obviously bigger. And again, a little bit like Bernie, the value for money that Aquatico offers is crazy. The specs that they offer for the money is just unbelievable. More expensive than the Addies dive, but just
Worth it.
I think they nailed it with those pilot watches. I think they're called Horizon Hawks.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
currently waiting on one to arrive. So
oh,
once it
okay.
arrives,
I think you'll
I'll
be
let you know.
impressed.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you'll
I've
be
got one in the
impressed.
post.
Yeah, yeah.
They look really cool. I think I'm getting the adventuring one, the adventuring
Yeah,
dial
yeah,
they put out.
yeah,
We'll see
yeah.
what happens. It's a little bit bigger though, isn't it? I think it's like a 43 mil, if
Yeah,
I'm not
they are quite
mistaken.
big.
Mm.
300-meter water resistance, which I don't know why you'd need that in a pilot
Yeah,
watch.
in the sky. Yeah, but it's
Right.
there anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Was it sports watch? The sports watch. I went for a sort of luxury sports watch. I struggled with this category a little bit, to be honest, because sports watch is such an open term. But I went for the
Yeah,
engineer by IX and DAO. IX, yeah, IX DAO.
lifestyle. Yeah,
It's quite a fancy one, all stainless steel, sort of built-in bracelets, integrated bracelet. Just incredible watch. The finishing is unbelievable. When I reviewed it, the only complaint I had was no half links, and they very quickly
they wrecked.
rectified that.
I was gonna say
You have
they
to buy them
recently
separately,
remedied.
mind. They're not
Well,
adding
yeah,
them. They're not adding them into the boxes. They're not
that'd
unpackaging
be
them
too
all
easy.
and putting one half link in, which I
Yeah,
was
I saw that
expecting.
recently actually. That watch is cracking. I can't lie. I love the dial options as well. They do with
Yeah,
it. I think they've really nailed it with IX Dial. Do some fantastic stuff. I've not
yeah.
had one. I'm not had an engineering, but yeah,
Oh,
I want to get one in the future. They look
they're
stunning.
the finishing on those is unbelievable. What did you pick?
Guess what? It's another Proxima, isn't it? It's the 1690. What's the 2A? There is a white enamel dial. Like I say, I do like Proxima
I
watches.
was going to say I thought I was going to get stick for being a San Martin lover, but I haven't bought up one. I don't think I've mentioned San Martin yet, have I?
That could soon change though, Gary,
Oh,
couldn't it?
it will change. Second half, it's a game of
No,
two
but I
halves.
can't lie. Proxima is a brand that I think the only way they fall short normally is one, they do the same case shape a lot. I think they need to sort of maybe
Yeah,
deviate that sort of stuff,
mix it up a
and they
little bit.
don't put
Yeah.
up, and they don't put out enough new releases. You got companies like San Martin, they put out a new release every day, don't they?
I think they're putting out too many. Personally, San Martin. I've said it before. It's difficult to keep up.
Yeah, it is, and
I
it's
mean,
hard for people to know which one to buy, isn't it? Because
yeah, and you missed
it's
new releases. I mean, I missed
yeah,
one.
yeah.
It was released in November.
I don't think you missed one, mate. That's impossible, isn't it?
I don't know. I was like, how have I missed a new release from San Martin? That is absurd. But anyway,
Yeah.
I did miss one. I've got it
But yeah,
now.
no, I do. I love Proxima. I'll probably say it again before the video's finished. I think they make some excellent stuff.
Yeah.
And this one is in my collection again. So, I mean, where it stayed in my collection, it can't be a bad watch, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, at least I don't think so.
No. All right, here we go. Best GMT, San Martin SN0129. No doubt about it. Unbelievable watch. In particular, I like the silvery wavy dial one.
Oh, yeah.
It's a homage of the Grand Seiko Evolution 9. I mean, I love Grand Seiko watches, but that watch is just, I mean, I think they hit the sweet spot with that watch. I mean, it's not cheap. NH34,
No.
obviously. Unbelievable watch. Have you had that one in yet?
Yeah, I've got it currently. So a review's going to come. I'm going to be releasing a review in and around the sale day. I'm going to put out a few reviews
Okay.
for watches that I think people should be looking to nab. And that, yeah, I don't want to say too much before I release my review, but
Okay.
man,
You didn't
man
pick it as
alive.
your top GMT though.
No, but it's going to feature a bit later, mate.
Is it a
It's good
Proxima?
because
Did you pick a Proxima?
best GMT. It's also a San Martin. It's the SN0054G.
Yeah.
It's obviously it's a homage. I love the fact that this watch you can pick up for just over £100 quite often.
Yeah.
With the sapphire, the only thing I struggle with is the pin and collar on this watch was absolutely horrific. That I broke so many tools trying to size it. It wasn't even funny. It got to a point where I didn't even review it on the bracelet. I reviewed it on a different strap because I
Just
I
took
had
the
to cut.
strap off completely, took the
Honestly,
bracelet off.
I had to cut my losses, but they recently they brought out a mesh strap, didn't they, for it, which I've currently got it fitted to, and the mesh strap is fantastic. It's got on the fly clasp. I think you featured it a while
Yeah,
ago. Yeah,
yeah.
fantastic. I think it's a good little bit of engineering that with a mesh
Okay,
strap.
nice. Best dive watch. What'd you pick?
I guess what would you guess? What if you used to guess?
Probably a
If you had to,
Proxima.
you would indeed be correct. It's the Proxima PX1703. It's their highest selling watch to
Are
date,
you wearing your
and I think
Proxima t-shirt, by the way? I can't quite tell.
no, I'm wearing. Do you know what? I'm wearing a Vario t-shirt thanks to
Oh,
Ivan
yeah.
over at Vario. I
I
think
got
you got
that
a
one.
similar one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a
I've
good lad,
covered up my
Ivan.
San Martin t-shirt.
So yeah, honestly, I think you must have featured this as well. But I think it's a great watch. There
Unbelievable
is,
watch. Yeah,
oh
yeah.
mate, the sort of the white enamel dial with the orange and the sapphire insert and stuff is just
Yeah, it's
unbelievable.
gorgeous. Yeah, yeah.
It's a beautiful watch. I think it's for me. It's the best for me. If I was to say to someone, you want a dive watch, you're going to spend, I don't know, £200. I'll tell them to buy this one all day long.
Right. That's where you and I differ on this one because you've just said if you spend £200, I have literally just thought of the very best dive watch, not taking into account cost. And for me, it has to be the San Martin SN0111 grade 5 titanium diver. Now, unfortunately, I think they're sold out of this watch with a PT 5000. So it's only available with an SW200. It's about $600.
But
But
you'd want it to be good for that price, though, Gary, wouldn't
but
you?
it is unbelievable. I actually don't think I appreciated it enough when I reviewed it because having reviewed that, I've then gone on and reviewed other titanium sort of luxury watches like the Christopher Ward 12X.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind the Christopher Ward 12X, some of it is grade 5, not a lot. I think it's just the mid case. I think everything else is grade 2. Grade 5 is much more expensive than grade 2. Only luxury watches really use grade 5. And Sam Martin made almost the whole watch. There's only a few little elements in the clasp that are grade 2 on that San Martin. It is just a phenomenal watch. The finishing is unbelievable. The bezel action, which quite often on titanium divers is crap.
Yes, but
Again,
yeah.
unbelievable. It is with the SW200, $600 or something. It'll be cheaper in the sale, but for me, that is just. I mean, if that had a Swiss brand name on it, it would be £2,000. No doubt,
Listen,
no
I'm
doubt about it.
100%,
It's
100%,
unbelievable.
and I think that's where Sam Martin fall victim a lot of the times in terms
Yeah, of
of if
course.
they because their watches are just they're undeniable now, and I think we spoke about it at length before. They're unbelievable, and
And people
anyone
will say that watch is way overpriced, but when you just look at the raw materials, the build quality, the movement, everything that's gone into making that watch, forget the fact that it's a San Martin, forget the fact that you're buying it off AliExpress. If you just
yeah.
look at that watch on its own, it's sensational value for money, even. But I had to pick it. It
Yeah,
won't
I've not
sell.
had it in, so I couldn't comment. I'm not.
It blew my mind, mate. Honestly, it's unbelievable. Best bronze diver.
So I originally had this in a field section, but it's not a Proxima.
Oh,
People are going to be happy to hear.
okay.
I do not believe there's any more Proxima featured on my list, so you
Oh,
can rest easy. So,
I've
but
got
it's a
I've got a
Baudry
couple of San
Voyager.
Martins still, but anyway, go on.
So there's a Baudry Voyager, the bronze. They released a titanium originally, but I think the bronze was far better than the
You were
titanium
wearing the
personally.
bronze one, weren't you? Was it?
Yeah, when we went out, that's what I
Yeah.
was wearing. It gets a lot of wrist time. The only thing was the double pass NATO that came on it makes it a bit bulky, so I can see why people were moaning. But when you're picking this watch up with a sapphire crystal, beautiful dial, Seiko movement, really, really well finished in terms of the bronze, looks fantastic. It's going to patina over time.
Mm.
I think for less than £100 or in around £100, I think that's cracking money in it. It's got to
Mm.
be.
Yeah, yeah. Again, I wasn't really taking money or price into consideration because
What
yeah, go on.
I think you have to though, don't you? Because everything is relative to
Well, yeah,
price.
you do. But when you're just saying when the category is just best,
Mm.
we're not saying best under $200 or best under 100. I was when I was picking these watches, I was just thinking of the very
Best.
best watch available on AliExpress, and I had to go for the SN0004 by San
Would that
Martin.
be another San Martin again? Is that a
Yeah,
San
might
Martin? Are
might
we
might
level
be,
now in
yeah.
terms of San Martin and Proxima?
I mean, it is an unbelievable watch. It's basically their version 3 retro diver,
Okay,
but
nice.
made of bronze. And I mean, again, I reviewed it and I was just blown away by it. I mean, it's just phenomenal. Build quality and everything, stunning. It's a gorgeous
I've not
watch.
had a bronze San Martin since before I started my channel, so I might have to rectify that at some point,
Yeah, it
actually.
comes on a really interesting strap, but it's a beautiful watch. Beautiful watch. Oh, my next one isn't a San Martin. Best dial. Oh, what did you pick?
This is where I've got the San Martin. It's the
Uh,
SN0129G, the Aventurine dial. That's the one I've got in
oh,
for review.
yes.
I love this. I know Aventurine's not going to be for everyone. When they made these releases, because they released 42 mil, didn't they?
Yeah.
These ones are 39 mil, which is more in keeping with my sort of sizing. They released it Aventurine, Lapis, Lazuli, or whatever it's called, and
Yeah, yeah.
Marble. They've released those three dials. For
Lapis
me, it had to be
Lazuli or something.
that's the one. Yeah, he said it better than me. But and they released Marble as well. But like I
Yeah.
said, the Aventurine for me, it's not going to be everyone's taste. But
No.
I just love it being like the stars at night. I think it looks really nice. And this,
Okay.
yeah, like I said, it's been a cracking watch. Reviews coming very soon.
Cool. That's enough promoting your reviews coming out.
Apologies.
All right, guys, make sure you check out Simon's review. It's coming up very soon. All right, I'll put the link in my next video.
If I haven't mentioned it already.
Right, my favorite dial, and I picked this because it reminds me of the diamond dust dial that Seiko made for their Grand Quartz in the 70s. It's the Boltony, the driving watch. Well, I think I've got the brand, the model number. No, I didn't. No, I didn't put the model number down. I just called it Diamond Dust. There'll be a picture of it on the screen now. It's a gorgeous sort of diamond dust effect dial.
Yeah, I know the one.
Oh, just a beautiful. And because I love the Seiko Grand Quartz range, and that particular dial that Seiko made is, I wouldn't say rare, but they're not that easy to find in decent condition, and they are just
Yeah.
beautiful. They've done an almost identical dial, Boltony. How they've done that or gotten that effect with the dial, I don't know, but I was mesmerized by that when I was filming it. I took so much footage I didn't even use in the video because I was just like just playing with the dial for ages.
Just
I
enjoying
find
yourself.
myself doing that sometimes when I'm reviewing. I take about 3 hours worth of footage and I use about 10 minutes of it. But yeah. Mesmerizing, right? Now we're talking best value for money. Best value for money watch. Yeah, what did you pick? Just overall best value.
To be honest, I've been trying to pick best value the whole way through. Obviously, I've got it all wrong. But I mean, for
No,
me,
it doesn't matter. No, you pick.
I think as much as they sort of polarize opinion, I had to pick a Pagani design, and it had to be the PD1701. I think it's possibly one of the best value for money watches on AliExpress. They sell so many units. There's so many different sort of variations of them, and I think they're cracking, to be honest. I think for the price, the specs and stuff, and I think it's probably their best watch.
Okay.
Up there with is it the PD1640, whatever it was?
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with Pagani designs because obviously I don't show them.
You don't.
I'll edit this bit out. No, we can talk about it.
Yeah, I know you don't. Yeah, like I said, for me, I feel like, that is the best value for money watch. If
I went for a quartz watch housing the VH31 and Addy's dive. The watch that seems to be all over YouTube at the moment. It's like $41, I think.
Oh, you
all
like
stainless
the
steel
sand dial and stuff.
Yeah, blue, white, and sort of sandy colored dials. I know it's not automatic, but it's VH31. I mean, we've got to love the VH31, and I just think that's unbelievable. A round of beers, you go out with a few mates. I haven't got a few mates. I mean, me and you went out for a beer. That's about as big as my round gets. But if you've got a few friends and you went out for a beer,
that's
in
how
the
much
UK,
it costs.
I mean, that's a round of beers. Phenomenal.
It's mad though, isn't it? It's really mad when you put it into perspective like that, isn't it? In terms of if you're going to order a bit of food in for the evening for you and the family, you're going to spend more than this watch is worth, which is for me crazy.
Yeah. We haven't got long. I've just had a reminder. So next is best original design.
So I've gone for the new San Martin. I've currently got it on its way as well, actually, the SN0119G. I think you featured it recently. But quite colourful. They got sort of like
yeah.
I've got one coming. I just liked it. Looked a bit different. It's quite vibrant. It's ready for summer.
I almost picked that one actually. I almost picked, but I thought I can't have another San Martin on this. So I went for the original / homage Blue Planet. Again,
/ homage.
Again, not thinking about money, not thinking about value, just thinking about the best original, which it is sort of original. It won an award
It's
for being
beautiful as
original,
well.
didn't it? But
It's a beautiful piece. It's a beautiful
yeah, it's
piece.
different. It is different. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got to give it credit for what they did. Right, best homage watch, and then we've got one more after that. What'd you pick?
So I picked I Pose IXL. It's the Sarika homage, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I think they just nailed it. They released a few different colorways, but the bracelet, everything, they nailed it for the money. There's not many homages of this watch going around, but I think even if there was, I think people would struggle to make it quite as well as they've done personally.
Yeah, they did it. They did it well, actually. They did do it well. I went for the San Martin SN0129. I mean, the watch that you're going to be reviewing soon,
Yes,
around the
indeed.
start of the sale. Is that right?
Yeah, around that time, there's going to be a review coming on my channel, most definitely.
Right, your best ever watch. I was about to say best ever San Martin. No, sorry, your best ever watch. What's the best watch you've ever had from AliExpress?
For me, like I said, many people might not agree. It's going to be that Proximo, the PX 1703, the dive watch. Yeah, I just love it. It's one that I just really enjoy wearing. It looks beautiful. Yeah, nice piece, and one I can't imagine selling. To be honest, I think it's great.
Mine's the SN0129, easily the San Martin, which you're going to be reviewing soon.
What colorway have you got, Gary?
They've had, I've had a few in.
Yeah, I can't keep up.
I got the marble one in. I got the I can't remember. I had the silver one in.
And what
But
was your
basically,
favorite? If you was pushed and you had to choose one of them,
oh,
which one you
easily
choose?
the silver one with the wavy dial.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually one of them watches that I couldn't stop taking photos of, because that dial under different lighting, if I just move the lamp or move the light or move the watch, it changed the look of the dial, and I just couldn't get enough of it. I was just filming, and it's gorgeous, mesmerizing. Right, guys, right, Simon. Simon says these are the best watches to buy in the upcoming AliExpress sale. And don't forget, guys, to come back. I'm wrapping up now. Don't forget to come back and watch Simon's review of the SN0129. Where are you? You're over there.
And also, do leave comments in obviously in the description. Let us know what you think about
Oh, they're gonna
the
let us
choices
know.
and stuff. Yeah. We're probably gonna get slated, but I mean, I'm pretty happy with the choices. The choices I made were based on the ones I've had in. I didn't want to make it about watches that
Well,
look
you got to pick the
fantastic.
watches that you've handled.
Of course,
You can't be recommending watches that you haven't
doesn't stop
handled.
people though.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop people. But I
No,
mean, I think
that's true. Yeah, we won't get into that anyway. All right, mate. Thank you so much for joining me, Simon.
no problem, mate. Thanks for having me on, and
No
yeah, enjoy the sale, everyone.
Yeah. Cheers, buddy. Right, cut.